And it shall be, because you hear these right rulings, and shall guard and do them, that Yahuwah your Elohim shall guard with you the covenant and the loving commitment which he swore to your fathers, and shall love you and bless you and increase you, and shall bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, and your grain and your new wine and oil, the increase of your cattle and the offspring of your flock in the land of which he swore to your fathers to give to you. Blessed are you above all peoples. There is not going to be a barren man or a barren woman among you or among your livestock. And Yahuwah shall turn away from you all sickness and put on none of the evil diseases of Mitzrayim which you have known, but he shall put them all on those who hate you. And you shall consume all the peoples whom Yahuwah your Elohim is delivering over to you. Your eye shall not pardon them, and do not serve their mighty ones, for that is a snare to you. When you say in your heart, these nations are greater than I am unable to drive them out. Do not be afraid of them. Remember well what Yahuwah your Elohim did to Pharaoh and to all of Mitzrayim, the great trials which your eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, the strong hand and the stretched out arm by which Yahuwah your Elohim brought you out. Yahuwah your Elohim does so to all peoples of whom you are afraid. And Yahuwah your Elohim also sends the hornet among them until those who are left, who hide themselves from you, are destroyed. Do not be afraid of them, for Yahuwah your Elohim, the great and awesome El, is in your midst. And Yahuwah your Elohim shall drive out those nations before you, little by little. You are not allowed to destroy them at once, lest the beasts of the field become too numerous for you. But Yahuwah your Elohim shall deliver them over to you and destroy them with a great destruction until they are consumed. And he shall give their sovereigns into your hand, and you shall destroy the name from under the heavens. No one is going to be able to stand against you until you have destroyed them. The carved images of their mighty ones you are to burn with fire, and do not covet the silver and the gold that is on them, nor take for yourselves, lest you be snared by it, for it is an abomination to Yahuwah your Elohim. And do not bring the abomination into your house, lest you be accursed like it. Utterly loathe it, and utterly hate it, for it is accursed. Guard and do every command which I command to you today, that you might live, and shall increase, and go in, and shall possess the land of which Yahuwah swore to your fathers. And you shall remember that Yahuwah your Elohim led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you, to prove you, to know what is in your heart, whether you guard his commands or not. And he humbled you and let you suffer hunger, and fed you with manna, which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, to make you know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of Yahuwah. Your garment does not wear out on you, nor does your foot swell these 40 years. Thus you shall know in your heart, as a man disciplines his son, so Yahuwah your Elohim disciplines you. Therefore you shall guard the commands of Yahuwah your Elohim, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For Yahuwah your Elohim is bringing into a good good for Yahuwah your Elohim is bringing you into a good land, the land of streams, the land of streams of water, of fountains and springs that flow out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive and honey, a land in which you eat bread without scarcity, in which you do not lack at all, a land whose stones are iron and out of whose hills you dig copper. You shall eat and be satisfied, and shall bless Yahuwah your Elohim for the good land which he has given to you. Be on guard, lest you forget that Yahuwah your Elohim, by not guarding his commandments and his right rulings and his laws, which I command you today, lest you eat and shall be satisfied, and build lovely houses and shall dwell in them. And your herds and your flocks increase, and your silver and your gold are increased, and all that you have is increased. And your heart is, and that your heart then becomes lifted up, and you forget Yahuwah your Elohim, who brought you out of the lands of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage, who led you through the great and awesome wilderness, fiery serpents and scorpions and thirst. And when there was no water, he brought forth water for you out of the flinty rock, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers did not know, in order to humble you and to try you, to do you good in the end. You shall say to your heart, my power and the strength of my hand have made me this wealth. But you shall remember Yahuwah your Elohim, for it is he who gives you power and to get wealth, in order to establish his covenant, which he swore to your fathers, as it is today. And it shall be, if you by any means forget Yahuwah your Elohim, and follow other mighty ones, and serve them, and bow yourself to them, I have warned you this day that you shall certainly perish. Like the nations which Yahuwah is destroying before you, so you are to perish, because you did not obey the voice of Yahuwah your Elohim. Hear, O Israel, you are passing over the Yarden today, to go into dispossess nations greater and stronger than yourself, cities great and walled up to the heavens, a people great and tall, the descendants of the Anakim, whom you know, and of whom you heard it say, who does stand before the descendants of Anak? And you shall know today that Yahuwah your Elohim is he who is passing over before you as consuming fire. He does destroy them and subdue them before you, so you shall dispossess them and destroy them quickly, as Yahuwah has said to you. Do not think in your heart, after your Elohim has driven them out before you, saying, because of my righteousness, Yahuwah has brought me in to possess this land. But it is because of the wrong of these nations that Yahuwah has driven them out from before you. It is not because of your righteousness or uprightness of your heart that you go in to possess their land, but because of the wrong of these nations that Yahuwah, your Elohim, drives them out before you in order to establish the word which Yahuwah swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzchak, to Yaakov. And you shall know that Yahuwah your Elohim is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are stiff-necked people. Remember, do not forget how you provoked to wrath Yahuwah your Elohim in the wilderness, from the day that you came out of the land of Mitzrayim until you came into this place. You have been rebellious against Yahuwah. Even in Horeb you made Yahuwah wroth, so that Yahuwah was enraged with you to destroy you. When I went up into the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant which Yahuwah made with you, then I stayed on the mountain 40 days, 40 nights, did not eat bread nor drink water. Then Yahuwah gave me the 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of Elohim, and on them were all the words which Yahuwah had spoken to you on the mountain from the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to be the end of the 40 days and the 40 nights that Yahuwah gave me the 2 tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant. Then Yahuwah said to me, Arise, go down quickly from here, for for your people whom you brought out of the land of Mitzrayim have acted corruptly. They have quickly turned aside from the way which I commanded them. They have made themselves a molded image. And Yahuwah spoke to me, saying, I have seen these people, and look, they are a stiff-necked people. Leave me alone, so that I destroy them and blot them out their name from under the heavens, and make for you a nation stronger than and greater than they. So I turned and came. So I turned and came down from the mountain. The mountain burned with fire. The 2 tablets of the covenants were in my 2 hands, and I looked, and I saw that you had sinned against Yahuwah your Elohim, and had made for yourselves a molded calf. You had quickly turned aside from the way which Yahuwah commanded you, and I took the 2 tablets, threw them out of my 2 hands, and broke them before your eyes. And I fell down before Yahuwah as at the first 40 days and 40 nights. I did not eat bread, and I did not drink water, because of all of your sins which you committed in doing the evil in my eyes of Yahuwah to provoke him. For I was afraid of the displeasure and rage with which Yahuwah was wroth with you to destroy you. But Yahuwah listened to me that time once more. And Yahuwah was very enraged with Aharon to destroy him. So I prayed for Aharon at that time also. And I took your sin, the calf which you had made, and burned it with the fire, and crushed it with the ground, and crushed it and ground it very small, until that it was as fine as dust. And I threw the dust into the stream and came down from the mountain. And at Tav Erah and at Massa and at Kivroth Hatawa, you made Yahuwah wroth when Yahuwah sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, go up and possess the land which I have given you. Then you rebelled against the mouth of Yahuwah, your Elohim, and you neither trusted him nor listened to his voice. You have been rebellious against Yahuwah from the day that I knew you. So I fell down before Yahuwah the 40 days and the 40 nights, for I fell down because Yahuwah had said he would destroy you. And I prayed to Yahuwah and said, O Master Yahuwah, do not destroy your people and your inheritance, whom you have ransomed in your greatness, whom you have brought out of Mitzrayim with a strong hand. Remember your servant Abraham, Yiddishek, and Yaakov. Do not look on the stubbornness of this people, nor on the wrong or on their sin, lest the land from which you brought us should say, because of Yahuwah was not able to bring them to the land for which he promised them, and because he hated them, he has brought them out to kill them in the wilderness. And they are your people and your inheritance, whom you brought out by your great power and your outstretched arm. And at that time, Yahuwah said to me, hew for yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first, and come up to me in the mountain, and you shall make yourself an ark of wood. And then I write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke, and you shall put them in the ark. So I made the ark of acacia wood, hewed 2 tablets of stone like the first, and went up to the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. And he wrote on the tablets, according to the first writing, the 10 words which Yahuwah had spoken to you on the mountain from the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. Then Yahuwah gave them to me, and I turned, and I came down from the mountain, and put the tablets into the ark which I had made, and they are there as Yahuwah commanded me. Now the children of Yisrael set out from the wells of Beni Akan to Mosra. Aharon died there, and he was buried there, and Eleazar his son became priest in his place. From there they set out to Gudgoda, and from Gudgoda to Hot Vathna, a land of rivers of water. And at the time Yahuwah had separated the tribe of Levi to bear the Ark of the Covenant of Yahuwah, to stand before Yahuwah, to serve him, to bless his name to this day. And therefore Levi has no portion nor inheritance with his brothers. Yahuwah is his inheritance, and Yahuwah your Elohim, as Yahuwah your Elohim promised him. And I stayed in the mountain 40 days and 40 nights, and Yahuwah heard me at the time also, and Yahuwah chose not to destroy you. And Yahuwah said to me, arise, go before the people, and to set out, and let them go in and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give to them. And now, Yisrael, what is Yahuwah your Elohim asking of you but to fear Yahuwah your Elohim, to know all of his ways, to love him, to serve Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart and with all your being, to guard his commands, to guard the commands of Yahuwah and his laws, which I have commanded you today for your good? See, the heavens and the See, the heavens and the heaven of heavens belong to Yahuwah your Elohim, also the earth with all that is in it. Yahuwah delighted only in your fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, you above all peoples, as it is today. And you shall circumcise the foreskin of your heart, and harden your neck no more. For Yahuwah your Elohim is Elohim of mighty ones, and master of masters, the great El, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality nor takes a bribe. He executes right rulings for the fatherless and the widow. He loves the sojourner, giving him food and garments. You shall love the sojourner, for you were sojourners in the land of Mitzrayim. Fear Yahuwah your Elohim, serve him, and cling to him, and swear by his name. He is your promise, and he is your Elohim. And he has done for you great and awesome deeds, which your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Mitzrayim with 70 beings. Now Yahuwah your Elohim has made you as numerous as the stars of the heavens. And you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim to guard his charge, even his laws, his right rulings, and his commands, always. And you shall know today it is not your children who you have not, and you shall know today, for it is not your children who have not known and who have not seen the discipline of Yahuwah your Elohim, his greatness, his strong hand, and his outstretched arm, and his signs and his works, which he had done in the midst of Mitzrayim, to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and to all his land, and to that which he had done to the army of Mitzrayim, to the horses, to their horses and to their chariots, when he made the waters of the sea reeds overflow them as they pursued you, and how Yahuwah has destroyed them to this day, and what he had done for you in the wilderness till you came to this place, and what he had done to Dathan and to Aviram, son of Eliab, son of Reuven, when the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed them up, and their households and their tents, and all the living creatures that were in their possession, in the midst of all of Yisrael. For yours are the eyes that saw all the great work of Yahuwah which he did, and you shall guard every command which I command you today, so that you are strong, and you shall go in and shall possess the land which you are passing over to possess, and to prolong your days in the land which Yahuwah swore to give to your fathers, to them and their descendants, land of flowing with milk and honey. For the land which you are going in to possess is not like the land of Mitzrayim. For the land for which you have come, where you sowed your seed and watered it by foot as vegetable garden, but the land which you are passing over To possess is a land of hills and valleys, which drinks water from the rain of the heavens, and the land of which Yahuwah your Elohim looks after. The eyes of Yahuwah your Elohim are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the latter end of the year. And it shall be that if you are diligent and obey my commands, which I have commanded you today, to love Yahuwah your Elohim, and to serve him with all your heart, with all your being, then I shall give to you the rain for your land in its season, the early rain and the latter rain, and you shall gather in your grain, excuse me, and your new vine and your oil, and I shall give grass in your fields for your livestock, and you shall eat and be satisfied. Guard yourselves, lest your heart be deceived, and you turn aside and serve other mighty ones, and bow and bow to them. Then the displeasure of Yahuwah shall burn against you, and he shall shut up the heavens, and there shall be no rain, and that land shall not give its increase, and you shall perish quickly from the good land which Yahuwah has given you. And you shall lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your being, and shall bind them as a sign to your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach them to your children, speaking of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, so that your days and the days of your children are increased on the soil of which Yahuwah swore to your fathers, which Yahuwah swore to your fathers to give to them as the days of the heavens on earth. For if you diligently guard all these commands which I commanded you to do, to love Yahuwah your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cling to him, then Yahuwah shall drive out all these nations before you. If you shall dispossess greater and stronger nations than you. Every place on which the sole of your feet treads is yours, from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, and even the western sea is your border. No man shall stand against you. Yahuwah your Elohim shall put the dread of you and the fear of you upon the land where you were on the land. Now no man shall stand against you. Yahuwah your Elohim shall put dread of you and the fear of you upon all the land where you are tread, as he has spoken to you.